y'all, welcome back to another Real Talk reaction. This one is for Psych, Season 1, Episode number 12. Don't you forget to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell. Tell a friend that we out here. Watch the Psych, Episode number 12. It helps the algorithm though. Thank you.
Alright, a couple comments from the last episode, starting with William, who says, "Great reaction. I just love the Gus spray tan appointment scene, LOL. Also, Gus's name is Burton Guster, in case you didn't know. I didn't know that."
His real name, Burton Guster?
Burton in the show.
Oh, the show.
Burton Guster. The next episode, Cloudy, Chance of Murder, is probably my favorite of the season, especially since they remade it in Season 8, their last season before the movies, called Remake, also known as Cloudy with a Chance of Improvement. Also, I was thinking about when you get to the movies, and I'd like to suggest this for any show that has one or more movies, afterwards, would it be at all possible to treat them as part of the show in the polls? If this doesn't work, I completely understand, and a better idea might be to keep the polling the same and put the video file in the respective show folder in the drive when these situations arise. I found this somewhat annoying with the Firefly movie since I usually go to my shared folder instead of clicking the Patreon link, and the movie folder is pretty packed as is. When this happens with Psych, it might be a little more annoying since they have already released 3 movies so far, 1 on TV and 2 on Peacock, and they plan on making 5 to 7 more once a year, which really kind of feel like an hour and 30-minute episodes instead of actual movies. Anyway, something to maybe think about. Okay, couple things. One, I think it's a great point about specifically the Firefly point. I can totally make a copy of that and add it into the Firefly folder as well for those of you that are in the $10 tier. Unfortunately, for the $2 tier, you don't gain access to movies until you jump up to the $4 tier, so I can't have the edited version into that folder. But for those of you that are in 10, getting full reactions anyway, can definitely add the movie into the appropriate show folder too to make it easier as far as finding that. As far as just adding the movies onto rotation after the show is done, it does take a spot of a movie reaction, so unfortunately because of that and because of the way that we do our time commitment, we can't just take on those movies automatically. It would need to be voted in just like Firefly was. So once the season wraps, I'm sure you guys will suggest the movies and then they will get, we will be reacted to once they get voted in. Again, because it makes it easier for time management. Otherwise, they would debo the spot for other movies. So I hope that answers your questions. If you have any more questions in reference to that, just send us a message. Alright, and then we have executive producer Jeremy, who says, "I actually felt like this was a bit of a long episode as well. Although I do think it was a funny episode, I don't think the case was all that compelling. I think they did a good job developing the case, and it being not that obvious who else was involved besides the leprechaun, but it wasn't the most interesting. Thanks for the reaction. I look forward to the next one." Thank you guys for keeping it real too, and letting us say when it's a little slow. I appreciate that. So let's jump into episode 12 right now.
Dad, why do those people get better seats than us?
Your Honor, it's not that I did. Sean, those people aren't just watching the trial. Those people are the trial. They're the jurors. And they are the most important people in this room.
They are?
The thing about the jury is, Sean, you gotta learn how to look at them, how to read them. For instance, take a look at jury number 5. He's the guy in the front row, second one from the left. Tell me what you see. Go.
Brown shirt, a little hole in his collar. His coat is too tight on him. He's got rough hands. He's looking down mostly and nodding a lot.
Well, good. All right, let's take that hole in his collar. Now, would Mom ever let you leave the house looking like that?
Never.
You believe it. So that tells us that he's probably not married. That's called deductive reasoning.
Your Honor, the people call Detective Henry L. Spencer to the stand.
All right, watch closely, kid. One day you're gonna walk up the steps of this courthouse, you're gonna make your old man proud.
Gus, they impounded my motorcycle without warning. I'm pretty sure the warning was the $900 worth of parking tickets you racked up. No, man, you can't take a man's means of transportation away. It's like unconstitutional or something.
I'm pretty sure it's not in the Constitution.
Oh, don't be so sure. I think it says, "Thou shalt done something or covered something, don't mess with Texas or the right of transportation."
You're thinking of a commitment.
That's even better.
Can we just pay these tickets so we can get out of here, please? You gotta be kidding me. We came all the way over here and now you're not gonna wait in the line?
Gus, did you see it in there? It's a ticket payment line, not Space Mountain. Hardly worth it. Plus, I wait in lines.
What do you mean you don't wait in lines? Everyone wait in lines. That's all we do as people. We wait in lines.
I don't. It's not my nature.
It makes no sense, Sean.
Remember the
all we
story
do
of
is
the
wait
scorpion
in
frog?
lines.
Look over the riverbank. The scorpion's like this. point is, I shouldn't have gotten any tickets, Gus. I was using my ambassador plates.
Ambassador, please. You're not an ambassador, Sean. And first thing a government official will land you in jail.
I am an ambassador of sorts. I am a goodwill ambassador to Paraguay.
To where?
Paraguay. It is an honorary title that I received after overseeing all sandcastle construction at a South American Club Med.
You never worked at Club Med.
Ooh, turn that up.
Someone we know, someone we love, someone we invited into our lives.
Just saw them at the courthouse.
That's Sandra Panish, the fourth grade teacher who murdered Jackson Hill. Don't you watch the news?
I can't watch Channel 8 anymore. Lloyd Lansing wears a toupee. It's like every newscast structured a
What
lot.
is he
Dang,
eating?
this guy. Something about him just irks me.
Is he?
Listen to him.
Sandra Panich went with
I
weatherman
forgot
Jackson
that's a
Hale to his Channel
Doesn't
8
look like
news
pineapple.
studio. Engaged in sexual
Oh,
relations
yeah,
with him.
they are
and then
pineapple
stabbed
chunks.
him in the heart with a letter opener. She fled the scene,
Easy.
but not without leaving behind a mountain of physical evidence, including a trail of the victim's blood and her fingerprints all over the murder weapon. This is why the state is going after murder one.
But she didn't do it.
What?
Gus, I'm getting a very strong feeling
Yeah,
here.
that
I
beast
think
ass
that
laptop
innocent.
over there.
I do watch the news, and I've been following this case. They have a mountain of evidence against this lady. Look, they call her the schoolmarm murderer.
Okay, first of all, there's a question mark at the end of that. They call her the schoolmarm murderer? Even the news people aren't convinced. And today at the courthouse, in the middle of a conversation, I saw her bend over and pick up a piece of trash.
Oh, I see. So because she picked up somebody's Kit Kat wrapper means she didn't kill anybody? That makes sense.
Gus, she didn't have to do that. The woman is about to be on trial for her life. She takes time out for common courtesy. That is not the mindset of a cold-blooded murderer. No. This is what I know.
Unless she hates
She looked
unless
at
she
me
hates
right
love.
in the eyes. Now, there are a lot of tells that people have when they are trying to appear not guilty. The way that they sit, crossing their legs, uncrossing them, crossing them back, eye lines to inanimate objects, twitching, itching, rubbing. All of these affectations, I am an expert on all of them. But there's one thing that you cannot change, no matter how hard you try, and that is the tint on the windows to the soul.
Same nervous Nelly.
The defense.
When he was a kid.
Sandra Panich is a victim of circumstance, of being in the wrong place at the
The
wrong
same guy,
time.
baby.
Look at this poor guy. Look, he's hunched over. He's not making eye contact. Look at the handkerchief in the left pocket there. It's not decorative, Gus. That's crumpled and stained. That's used for dabbing sweat. A lot. Her lawyer's a beaten man, whether he knows it or not. Adam Hornstock needs us.
What are you talking about?
Dude, we're gonna be legal
is made.
Oh, can we get sound in here?
Yeah, sure.
In local news, a pharmaceutical representative again provided a key piece of information in a baffling police case.
Brett ran screaming from the scene like a little girl before he could make a statement.
That was one time, Sean, one time. I don't like dead bodies.
Well, I never met Mr. Hale before that night. I just moved here from Wisconsin. It wasn't like I was a fan of his. I only vaguely knew he was a weatherman. So we talked, and he was charming.
So the scratches on Jackson Hale's back and his skin under your fingernails, this all happened during the sex, as well as the bruises on your arm.
It got passionate. I don't remember anything until I woke up the next morning.
With his blood on you? And then you fled to the parking lot?
Look, I was scared. I know how bad all of this looks. I do. But I swear I did not murder anyone. Do you guys believe me?
No.
Do you?
Of course we do, Sandra. Don't be ridiculous. Counselor,
Yes.
would you please retire with me to the hallway where we can exchange words in hushed tones? Okay, what are you doing?
What?
You are supposed to be demonstrating confidence and swagger for Hornstock. Instead, you're poking holes in your
Confidence
face.
and swagger.
Here are the facts, Sean. All we know about Sandra is what she has told us. I think we need to do some investigating.
I believe her. Hornstock believes her. What else do we need?
We need proof, Sean. Look, right here in this book,
We need
Hornstock
proof,
proved it
Sean.
in 1955. The key piece of evidence was half-melted candlesticks. We need evidence. Where are our candlesticks, Sean?
Maybe you just jumped over them.
What?
Remember, be quick. You're not going to give me anything for that? Now, come in, please. Check out the judge. He's grabbing his back. No wonder he's so grumpy. He's not bad.
Because next time they call me, you're gonna be dead.
Well, at least we're not apart.
I feel I'm on Dad's team.
I hear that.
get like 900 warnings about where you're parking and you kept
What are you
parking in
doing?
the same
You know
spot.
what time it is?
So I don't.
What? What time is it?
It's 9 o'clock. We're late for court. I called you a million times.
Gosh.
What?
Would you say anger is a good motivator?
Did you see your dad again?
Yes, I did. And I think it actually worked.
Mr. Hornstock?
Your Honor, the defense has nothing more.
Not so fast.
Excuse me?
Call Officer Osterman to the stand.
What are you talking about? She already testified.
Can we call her?
Yes, if we have new information, but I have nothing else to ask her.
Oh, trust me, I'm feeling all kinds of good stuff here.
Your Honor, the defense calls Miss Osterman back to the stand.
Objection.
Overruled. I'm giving you the teeniest latitude, providing you have some new evidence to mine here. Ms. Osterman, I remind you that you are still under oath. Proceed, Counselor.
Ask her if she is absolutely certain that she did not sleep with Jackson Hill.
Miss Osterman, are you absolutely certain you did not sleep with Jackson Hale?
Objection, Your Honor. Asked and answered in prior testimony.
Sustained. I'm not kidding, Counselor. I'm giving you one more question, and then I'm shutting you down.
Did you want to? Objection. This man is not a lawyer. He has no right to address the witness.
Here?
Got a haircut.
Oh, you know, the named partners were very impressed, and they're anxious to hire you guys again. Especially this new guy. What's his name? Oh, it's me.
Hey.
Congratulations.
Yeah, you got jokes, man.
Thank you.
We'd love to work with you again.
So what is that? Hornstock, Bateman and Hornstock?
We had to get wider doors, but yes. Hey, I didn't get to thank you properly.
Hornstock.
Put some money down on that fight, get it back for you.
I do. I appreciate it. It's very sweet, but I can stand on my own 2 feet and get my own bite back.
Sean!
Buzz,
I believe this is yours. They just pulled it from the auction.
Pulled from the auction?
I've been practicing my paddle race. It's a subtle move.
Yeah, you got your bike back. It was taken care of internally.
What does that mean? Internally?
I don't know. They just gave me the paperwork.
Did Lassie buy it for him?
What are you looking at?
Why would he buy it for him?
Oh. Alright, that was episode 12 of Psych. And look, again, the first half, you know, I found myself not being, you know, I don't know, interested in what was going on in the story. I did like when they finally got to like the juice of the trial right there towards the end there, and things started to line up. That they gave me some hope that like, yeah, I can see where they're trying to go and do that on there. But then, you know, it didn't end it though. It was just already at the end right there. But yeah, this is just another tough episode for me to, you know, to be engaged with or just following on with the dialogue. I think it's just the writing on there, how it is, because the actors do a good job doing what they do. I do like, what's his friend name?
Gus.
Look, Gus is doing what Gus is doing, and it is humorous to me. Especially, I love when he got super excited about knowing the penal code out there in the courtroom. And shout out to Columbo, who's the judge on this episode right here. Haven't seen him in a long time, so I think that was a good little stick in there. But yeah, I thought it was you know, pretty good at the end right there when they wrap this up. Not one of my zingers that I like when you see a court episode that like they boom, they hit you with the goodness at the end and it's all good. But hey, you can't win them all on there. So, you know, I just thought it was an alright episode.
So I like the prospect. I don't know if this is gonna go in that direction, but I like the opportunity that this episode presents that Sean and Gus could potentially provide support in things outside of just crime.
Yeah.
The courtroom was a perfect example of how their services could be applied, and I thought it was done really well. I liked this episode a lot. I liked the court aspect. I thought the integration of him providing the I loved, for one, how he did the quick switch up just so the attorney could have confidence, and I liked how gradually throughout the episode the attorney got more and more confident too. I felt like Sean did a good job of really giving back to him and really trying to support him.
We probably see him again.
And to your point, I really like Gus as well. I like any episode where Gus is invested in what's happening, because I like the way that he geeks out and like brings that added element. I also thought it was super cute when Sean and Gus did when Gus did the penal code reference, and then they did the low-key walk, and like I thought that was just adorable. So I thought that was really great. And then I thought my other thing I liked about this episode was Sean's dad showing up and just being a support, and we saw that early on in the beginning of the episode, as far as the callback that, you know, he'd be so proud when Sean would be in the courtroom or whatever. So I thought that was a really cute callback. And I don't know what's up with Lassiter. Like, he was being super cool the entire time to Sean, so I don't know if this is like maybe girl told him that like Sean played a part in getting his confidence back, and he feels like he owes Sean something. But it was really nice to see, like, and even Sean was thrown off, like, are you not going to jab me? Are you not going to insult me? You're just like cool with everything that's happening today. So I thought that was a great dynamic, or a great shift in their dynamic, and it'll be interesting to see where it goes from here. But all in all, I thought it was interesting. I mean, I love anything court-based. I like to see the switch up from not just being a crime and involving their services and what they offer in a different plot device. So again, that's intriguing to see if, I don't know, are they going to like potentially help out on like a medical case, you know, like where could this potentially go?
I see that,
but yeah, I thought it was a solid episode.
Alright, well look, thank you guys again for watching another Real Talk reaction for Psych Season 1 episode number 12, and until next time, people, peace.